Have you ever noticed that the biggest obstacle to building wealth isn't a lack of money, it's a lack of patience? People think compounding is a mathematical formula. I think it's a psychological test. Daniel, after decades of investing, what's the biggest misconception people have about compounding wealth?
Without question, they expect visible results too soon. We live in a world where food arrives in minutes, entertainment is instant, and everyone wants investment returns just as quickly. But wealth doesn't grow like fireworks. It grows like an oak tree, quietly, almost invisibly. And by the time people realize its power, most have already given up.
That's fascinating, because the math behind compound growth is simple, but living through it is incredibly difficult. The first few years feel almost disappointing. That's where most people quit.
Exactly. The market isn't just testing your money, it's testing your emotions. Every downturn whispers, "Leave now." Every headline tells you the world is ending. Yet history repeatedly shows that disciplined long-term investors are often rewarded because they stay when others panic.
Most people don't realize that compounding begins long before your portfolio explodes. It begins when you consistently choose today's discipline over tomorrow's regret.
I once met two colleagues who started investing on the same day. One invested a modest amount every month, ignored the daily noise, and kept increasing contributions whenever his salary grew. The other constantly chased hot stocks, sold after every market drop, and searched for shortcuts. 10 years later, the first investor wasn't richer because he was smarter, he was richer because he stayed consistent.
That's where the psychology of investing becomes so powerful. People believe wealth is built by finding the perfect investment. In reality, it's often built by refusing to interrupt the compounding process.
Absolutely. Warren Buffett's success isn't just about picking great businesses. It's also about allowing time to become his greatest business partner. Time multiplies good decisions, but only if you let it.
Here's where almost everyone gets it wrong. They focus on timing the market instead of maximizing the time they're invested. One strategy depends on predicting the future. The other depends on patience, a skill anyone can develop.
And let's talk about lifestyle inflation. Every raise feels like permission to spend more. Imagine directing part of every salary increase into investments instead. Those small decisions may seem insignificant today, but compound growth transforms them into life-changing wealth years later.
People often ask, how much do I need to start? Maybe the better question is, how long am I willing to stay committed? Because consistency beats intensity nearly every time.
Financial freedom isn't built through excitement, it's built through repetition. Save, invest, stay invested, repeat. Those ordinary habits create extraordinary outcomes.
If today's conversation changed the way you think about building wealth, we'd love to hear from you. What's one investing habit you're committing today? Share it in the comments, like this episode if it added value, subscribe for more conversations on the psychology of investing, and watch our next episode where we'll uncover why emotional discipline often outperforms financial genius.